and a recognition that we're not out of this first wave. We're not into the second wave. We're not out of the first wave. And the slide you see now up on your screen only underscores that. We are experiencing and have experienced just over the last 14 days some 35.6% of all of the cases. They have been reported just in the last 14 days, 46,000 plus new cases. Just yesterday, 4,230 individuals tested positive for COVID-19, 4,515 in the previous day, which was a record day. Those that suggest we're out of the woods, those that suggest this somehow is going to disappear, these numbers tell a very, very different and sobering story. And that's why I wanted to lead today's discussion and this press conference by imploring you to take seriously this new mandate to wear face coverings, to listen not to me, perhaps you are more fond of some of those other governors, to listen to Governor Brown, to listen to Governor Wilson and Governor Davis, Governor Schwarzenegger, who across many differences, you heard Governor Davis express one difference, and that was a reference to the recall campaign. The fact is they all agree on this fundamental point, the importance of wearing face coverings to mitigate the spread of this virus, to address the rise in case numbers that you see reflected in this slide, and moreover, the numbers in these slides. Look, I'm not naive. We have made this point, and other governors are making this point. It's part of a national conversation. The more you test, the more numbers of individuals you will test positively. We agree with that. In fact, we had a record number of tests that we conducted yesterday, over 92,000 tests done yesterday, 85,000 tests done the day before, 79,000 tests the day before that. That's the blue part of this graph. The testing is going up and up and up and up. But that doesn't tell the entire story. We're starting to see slight uptick in the positivity rates. Not where it was. You'll see that red line, the 40.8% on the graph. Last week, last Monday, it was about 4.5%. Now about 4.5%. Or rather 4.8% over a 14-day period. So it's going slightly up, even the positivity rate. We made the point, it's been relatively stable. It's dropped significantly since the 14-day first period of tests that showed 40.8%. But again, under a small subset of tests, where mostly people were symptomatic, now as we get north of 90,000 tests, we're getting into populations where many people are asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic, but the positivity rate, nonetheless, that's been stable, is now going slightly up. Accordingly, we're starting to see an increase in hospitalizations. A week ago, we saw a modest increase. But this week, we have experienced an increase that when you stretch it out over a 14-day band, has gone up by roughly 16%. And I'll get to what this number means, not just in percentage terms, but in terms of our total hospital capacity in this state, to put it in perspective. But it does reinforce perspective that I want to advance here today. Total number of cases are going up in the state of California. Total number of positive cases relative to total number of people tested is going slightly up. Hospitalizations are starting to go up in the state of California, reflected in this slide. Accordingly, number of ICU patients has also seen an increase, a little more modest than hospitalizations, but nonetheless an 11% increase over a 14-day period. Wear your masks. Practice physical distancing. Continue the hygiene that is so foundational